That's what they get because they should have treated their people better. To me, that's
Yeah.
a signal of you're not treating them well.
Under moonlight glow, the vibe is tight. Gem and Dame on the mic till the break of night.
In this case, it's
We bring the
the
heat, weather
rifts,
city.
the uh, you know, the reductions of forces, the return to office, the you name it. People are just trying to figure it out with their current job, whether they're happy or not. So quiet cracking is not quite quitting, but is like I would say the sister to quiet quitting.
About this, a comment about this. I looked into it this morning. I said, we got to talk about this. It's called quiet cracking. And like, according to a new study, more than like 50% of employees are like doing this at work. We got to talk about this. Some nice views, some nice scenery while I pulled up the quiet cracking.
Imagine being able to build an app
Oh,
with your name on it
commercial.
just by thinking about it. Meet
Not
Base
sponsored by us
44,
though. Base
a
44
complete AI.
can.
First and foremost, I want to say, unfortunately, it's not anything sexual. Okay.
See?
That would be interesting. That'd be
Whoa, 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 whoa.
what quiet cracking
Damn.
is the ideal of persistent unhappiness in the workplace, leading to disengagement, poor performance, and a desire to quit. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, well, that's been happening at the job forever. However, one of the reasons like this whole quiet cracking thing is getting worse is because you have supposedly a bad job market. And also there's the ideal of like AI coming to take everybody's jobs. So basically, this is like a mental health thing. Basically, people are quietly cracking up at work. This is what the study's showing. The study was done by a group called Talent LMS, and they said
Mhm.
54% of people
We'll
report
drop the
that their
link in
employees
the
reported like having these
description for
feelings.
that.
Okay, so we are seeing like I think the next stage in this whole job thing we've been going through. Remember the Great Resignation? Like I think we're seeing the different levels of like people reacting to work currently.
So that's like the
Okay,
big
so I
brother.
think the Great
Quiet
Resignation,
quitting is the
where
blue
people were
brother,
just like quitting their
and
jobs,
quiet
getting other
cracking is the
jobs,
baby
I
sister.
think that was like the first group of people, the really adventurous kind of people. They were just like, man, I'm out of here. I'll find something better, right? Quiet quitting, I think, was the second group of people who were like, I'm not that adventurous. I'm not going to quit my job. I'm just going to stay here and do the bare minimum. I need these benefits. You know what I mean? I'm 7 years away from my pension. I'm just going to
Mm-hmm.
come in.
I know
I'm
that's
going to
right.
be here,
I
but
know
I'm not
that's
going to
right.
be like, I'm just going to do the bare minimum until like I get up out of here. That's the second level of people. Now I think it's starting to work these days. It's starting to affect like the third level of people. These are the people who like really like their career. These are the people who kind of like the job. These are the people
Mm-hmm.
that with like their morning coffee, they sip a little bit of the corporate Kool-Aid. You know those people.
Hey.
The people who was like just like the company man, the company woman. They're like, I'm sticking around. I like it here. It's starting to get to them too.
Mm.
Interesting.
I think it makes sense. This progression makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it makes for my older people that's on their way out the door. I get it, totally get it, right? You younger people though, you 30 somethings, y'all better get it cracking. Cause why are you? First of all, why are you at a job that you're not going to put your effort in? Especially if you see that there's room for growth to where that paycheck can increase, that hourly can increase. You can change positions. Sometimes you want to go hard so that the work ethic is shown and they like, okay, we see what's going on right here. This person is definitely preparing for something a little bit more advanced than what their station is offering. We're gonna move them along, bring them up the food chain a little bit. But if you had a job and it's not moving, I mean, but honestly, yeah, if I'm at Sunoco pumping gas, I've been quiet cracking. If they do have benefits or whatever, and I see that there is a ceiling that's reached, I can understand that. But I got people that'll perform well, and because they're asked to actually do a little bit more, because more is going to be required of them because the expectation is changing. I've seen people on their mental health days. I gotta take a mental health day because I'm just not. And then you ask them about it. It's just been tough. Okay, how? Like no, You're ducking it now. You're showing greatness and not expectations there. Now you're ducking it. So I think quiet cracking is appropriate for our older group. I don't know if you agree with that, but that you're on your way out the door. You're gonna slow it down a little bit. You're not going as hard as you did 10 years ago. It's just not gonna happen. You're on your way out.
Mostly because of the reduction in force and the layoffs. You've given like we've heard of things like who was it? Like that trucking company, for example, where all them people work there and then they didn't even have no pension. And like I think the disloyalty piece of corporations and companies is what makes people be like, sit back and actually reflect. They're like, okay, so the company took this action, and this is what happened to Jimmy. Jimmy came to work every day. Jimmy was doing XYZ. Jimmy was the motivating person in the office. And like, I don't know what we would do without Jimmy. Well, guess what? Now Jimmy ain't there. It ain't because Jimmy didn't want to be there. They just said, Jimmy made too much money. Get Jimmy out of there.
Yeah.
Now everybody's like, morale is down. Like, and companies are seeing the morale go down too. And it's just, what is a couple dollars really worth? It's very short-sighted thinking. Like, oh, I'm gonna save $2 today. Yeah, but guess what? That benefit of almost like investments. Like, you worried about putting $2 in today when it's gonna be 12 in a year, which was crazy. You should just put $2 in. You had it.
Right.
So, yeah, I think quiet cracking. That's what companies get. No, that's what they get. Because they should have treated their people better. To me, that's a signal of you're not treating them well.
That is that part, and it's also the situation of, like I mentioned with the older folks, what are they gonna do? Quit? Like for real? Especially when you ain't got that long to go, for real. You might have another 2-3 years. Just ride it out.
Ride it out. Also, I'd rather just like check out our last video about the severance that we had in our last live. I would rather get severance than I quit and get nothing. So I'm gonna chill here until you give me some money to leave.
Okay, well, I got a question for you, Jim Jones. Would you rather be the person that got the severance, or would you rather have been the person that got left behind with 3 other people's work that just got fired or got reduced?
It depends on how much money I make.
Now it depends on the money.
Yeah, because the thing is, if I'm in an industry, for example, let's say you're in news, like you're a newscaster or something like that, it's incredibly hard to break into some of these spaces, and there's not a lot of jobs for certain things. So if I'm getting paid more for what I want to do, and it's in that market, like, yeah, I might just go ahead and just like, y'all gonna have to figure it out and just like fire me then. I might, that's fine. I'll wait till my turn. But I'm gonna sit here and get all this experience, and then you're gonna pay me to be home, and I'm gonna hopefully find another job. But those people I feel the worst for because they're in like a niche situation. So if that's the case, it just depends, I guess.
I'm gonna say I'm quiet cracking if I was working somewhere and it was 4 of us doing a job because of cutbacks. Now I'm the only one left doing the job, and I don't. But be glad that you got a job. You be like, man, f that. Like, you
Paying
know
me
what
for
I'm
this?
saying? Right.
I've been on a team where everybody quit, and I was the last one left. I mean, including the manager. So I mean,
oh, you want me to run? Oh, I'm running this. How much?
I mean, I took it as okay. Now I'm gonna learn all the stuff, and then I already was getting paid more than all of them anyway. So whatever. Cool.
Okay, that's one aspect of it, but people are looking
Because I
at
wasn't gonna
jobs.
quit. They was gonna take me feet first. I wasn't quitting.
So people look at jobs like marriages when all of these jobs are situationships. It depends on the situation that you are in and whether it fits the criteria for what you believe you will be successful in that space. So if you are in a space where you see people dropping off every quarter like flies
Been
because
there.
maybe the company's doing well on stock price, but usually how does a company, especially a company that is public and sales ain't going up,
They cut people.
what artificially looks like you're gaining revenue?
They cut people.
You cut the human
Yeah.
capital,
Yeah.
and that looks like money gained on your books. That's the first thing that goes, is the easiest thing to do. You don't have to do a bunch of magic tricks or anything like that. So you force people to do more with less. But the people who are there, they get that coddle, that appeasement. Let me rub on you. Let me. We got 9 different job recs out there for filling up
Pizza
your team.
Thursdays.
We got 9 different recs out there. We just haven't found the right person yet.
Right. Yeah.
We
That's
had
nasty
5
work.
interviews and none of the people worked out. Sorry.
They be lying, and then they be lying on that. And they
We
be
got
lying.
we got 3 more interviews. They all fell through this week. We're gonna get you more team members. Just hold on a little bit. We're gonna
And I
just
do that myself. Couple more interviews, man. We gonna talk about it. I know you want to raise. Hold on. Let's wait till after these training classes happen.
Now I understand quiet crack. All I'm saying is, if you quiet crack, and make sure you still look for another job. That's the
If
key.
you gonna
You
quiet
still should be
crack, get
looking
it
for
cracking
another job. Yes, get it
elsewhere.
cracking. Yes, yes. I'm
If
not
I'm
saying
quiet
don't look for it.
cracking, I'm in search. I'm in search because I'm like, I just need to keep these paychecks going until this new job starts.
There you go. There you go. But that's the part where people forget to do, is they just sit there and they like give up, like, ugh. But like, don't do that. You should be like, oh, word. And as you typing your new resume for your new job, setting up your new interview for your new
Yeah.
job.
But it just makes it
You
hard
already done. You
because
checked out of this one. It's done.
because the people who are quietly cracking are the people who drank the Kool-Aid, is really what that person was stating. He's like, this is bad because these are the company men and women, the backbone of your teams. And now they looking around like, shit
Why
on
am I
this.
here? Yeah.
What
Like
you gonna do?
Yeah.
What you gonna do? What you do? Like, no, what do you do? What do you bring to the table?
Neon glow in the midnight haze. Gammon dame got you caught in the wave. Headlines drop like the baseline plays.